Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. So we just crushed Fremont Pass. We did the Eisenhower Tunnel again, towing roughly probably 15-ish, whatever, with the L8T Chevy. So how did we do? So if you, I'll put a link in the video to the climb again because it was heavier than last time. I think we ran it in like, I don't even know, 20 more seconds than normal, whatever. Kept speed just fine. Let's look at some data down here. Alright, so you can see it right there. Left that set from the time the trip began. So all mountain driving, all pulling, 9.3 miles a gallon, and that is mountain climbing, 341.7 miles. Oil pressure stayed right where it always does. Water temp stayed where it was. Hottest trans temp was, I think, 205. Once we got done and we were coming down from the Eisenhower Tunnel, it got down to about 173 and stayed there the rest of the time. When it came to brake applications, I literally had, well, we had to stop and use the restroom in the trailer. The wife and the kiddo did. So we did stop once. So I had 3 brake applications there coming down, getting on Chief Hosa. I did use the brakes 3 times. Other than that, I set the cruise control. I had 0 brake applications. This is what's fantastic about this transmission. I don't give a crap if Ronald McDonald made it. I don't care. It says Allison. I'm going to call it Allison. But this transmission just does great compared to how the 10-speed torque shift does. And considering it has no exhaust brake whatsoever, just using the engine as its motor slowing down, it did fantastic. Again, 0 brake applications using cruise control. It did it. It kept it in check, kept it right where I wanted it to. So very fantastic there. Another thing Chevy does put on these trucks is a brake life indicator. So obviously we know being a gas, we're using the brakes more than a diesel, hypothetically, right? We're going to use it. So if I had the same trailer behind a diesel, I would probably be touching the brakes less. So we are, again, close to 5,000 miles in on the trailer, on the truck itself, and it shows down here that my my brake pads are still 95 and 97. So 95 front, 97 rear. Take that for what it's worth, but it's just another tool to kind of gauge brake application. So I would say at 5%, if we got 5,000 miles to get through 100% of my brakes, that'd be about 50,000-60,000 miles of just straight towing. And again, that's pretty good, to get on a set of brake pads if we're only towing. Now, some of that's going to level out when we're not towing. This truck only basically tows, and that's, of course, mountain driving, which we've done a lot of with this truck. So very, very pleased in that regard. So all in all, again, like I said, with generators and hitch weight and tonneaus and everything like that, the truck still did fantastic. And again, driving around the site, there were 3 people where we camped, all had diesel trucks. If it wasn't a diesel, it was like a Subaru Outback or a little half-ton pickup that was towing it. And those guys were towing either those light trailers, or you had the guys that were driving these extreme diesel 1-tons pulling a lighter truck or lighter trailer than what I tow. So at the end of the day, guys, again, I still stand by that most, I would say 90% of general consumers, everyday driving, the gasser is going to win for your everyday commuting, driving, idling outside your kid's school and everything like that. It just keeps proving it. Now we do have a better test coming up, actually putting it through extreme torture, going over the Wolf. And I think that's going to be a real fun thing to do. But again, a good trip. Good fuel economy for what I consider good for pulling a trailer. Again, I think you're probably at 11 and a half maybe with the diesel. So that's what I get anyway, going over those hills with something like this. So again, it's not a disparaging difference. And so far so good. Down there in the corner is the subscribe button. Smash that for me. I will put links to the Eisenhower challenge that I did with both the Godzilla and this Chevy. I will also put in there the links to the Beast and Ease challenge where we ran them across the plains with 15K up and down the hills and valleys. And then I will link all the videos from this weekend to that, and we will have a ton more content coming up, guys. Thanks a lot for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.